Hey everybody, Mike Garrett here, and I've got some really important questions for you. How do you know if your business goals are really limiting your business's growth? See, we all set goals for our business and for our lives. Many of us learned how to set goals as children. The problem is that we didn't really learn how to set goals in such a way that they were both lofty and high-powered goals and reachable to where they were realistic. So I don't want to talk about SMART goals, and I don't want to talk about all of that kind of stuff. I want to talk about something that is way more connected to your business and makes more sense and is easier for you to achieve. This video is really coming out of the Who We Are page of our website. So if you haven't seen that video, please go back and look at that, because that has some very pertinent information that's going to be important in this video. And if you haven't done that part of it, then I encourage you to do that before you watch this video, so that this stuff really sinks in and will really help you in your business. In this video, we're going to discuss a few things. The first thing that we're going to discuss is what I call the silo effect. And this is something that we all get from different goals in different parts in our lives. And it's really important to break out of if we really want to make progress. We also want to talk about the importance about where you want to be, because without having this reachable goal out there of where we want to be, we'll never get anywhere. So if you're where you want to be isn't lofty enough, if it's not like big enough, then I encourage you to think just a little bit bigger and expand yourself a little bit more, because where you want to be is a place that we're going to get you to. And the last thing that we want to talk about is leveling your chart to prepare you for growth. So we're going to walk you through this whole chart process and leveling it and showing you how we're going to get you to where you want to be. To do this, we need to pull out the categories from the Who We Are video. So if you went through that video, then you've got these categories that really juice you up about your business, and you're ready to head down the path of what do you do with these categories, and how do you build more value into your business. So the first thing that we've got to talk about, though, is this silo effect. And here's the silo effect as it just boils down. It's really easy, is that if we focus all of our efforts on one thing, then we drive so much energy into that one thing, and everything else starts to decay a little bit. So one of the things that I think about is if we focus our efforts on controlling costs or saving money or our bottom line profit, right, then we start to shave pennies here and there. And while this isn't necessarily a bad thing, this intense focus on that for an extended period of time will cause other things in our business to start to decay. Like, we won't have marketing efforts that are as targeted. We won't have sales won't be up. I mean, we'll lose some other things like quality control, because we're so fixated on this one cost control issue. So we don't want to neglect other areas because of this intense focus. And for many businesses, the same thing happens with their goals, right? So we'll create a goal for customer service when we come around to the year. We'll create a goal for customer service because we want to improve that, or we'll create a goal for cutting costs or controlling costs. And we may make goals for sales and marketing and blah, 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 and the rest of it. But the ones that we as owners think are more important, or that we need to focus more on, is what we're going to focus more on. And the other ones kind of fall to the wayside. And it can really hurt our business when we dive into these silos, because our business needs to be taken care of as a whole entity. And while these silos may appear to improve the areas that we're focusing on, the other areas are slipping. And so then we're going to have to like pick up and focus on this area that's slipping. And it just becomes this recurring cycle of us trying to fix things in our business rather than control or manage things in our business. The good thing about all of this is that you've already got the idea of where you want to be. We're going to just take this idea of where you want to be and we're going to expand it just a little bit more, because I want you to really reach for these goals. And the reason is here in a little bit, I'm going to have you rank some things, and I want you to rank them realistically based on these big goals. Now, if we've got all of our categories written down, then they might look something like this. I'm hoping that you've got different words for them that really get you juiced. But if this is what you've got, then this is a great place to start. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put next to these kind of a scale, right? So if with zeros on one side, 100's on the other side, and we think about these all as percentages, then how is your marketing and branding doing as a percentage of where it is and where you think it should be or where it could be to get you to your big end goals? So in this company, let's say that they're at 70% their marketing and branding. And so then we look at employee empowerment. Where is that at? Well, that was about 40. Where was finances and cost control? Well, we were letting that slip a little bit, so it was at 30. Right? And so where's culture? And so we're going to go through this all the way through all of our categories, and we're going to come up with something like this. And it shouldn't be too crazy for you to look at this and go, oh, that's why my business is a little rough. Like, I've been focusing on one thing at a time, and so everything is kind of rough, right? But then here's the key to this, is what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a line at the one that's the most advanced, right? So at this particular company, we're going to take marketing and branding, and we're just going to put that on kind of a maintenance schedule. We want it to stay where it is, but we don't want to focus anymore to improve it, because as we can see, it's the most advanced thing that we've got. Everything else needs to catch up to it. And so that's what we're going to really focus on. We're going to focus on what efforts can we do to get employee empowerment from where it is just to that line, right? What would it take to get finances and cost control from where it is to that line? And we're going to do this with all of these just to get them to the line. Now, my question for you is this. Do you think that your business would run a whole lot smoother if everything was at the same level, everything was being maintained at, let's say, 70% of what we think that it should be? And the other thing is that I want you to notice that if everything was running at whatever level they are in your business, then it becomes so much easier to improve all of them together rather than one at a time. So this holistic look at your business really is going to set a new standard in your company. It's certainly helped my company. It's certainly helped a bunch of other companies that I've worked with and that I know of. And I want you to know that if you've got any questions about this or you need any help with this, we're here for you and we want to help you in any way possible. Please check out our website. We've got a whole bunch of really good, solid, valuable information up here for you. And let us know if we can help. Thanks.